All right, well, with joking aside, we get serious again as we head to Coastline. EG leading 1 map up versus Digital Dynasty. 6-3 scoreline on our first map of Clubhouse.
And EG starting on the defense again and starting with the Lion ban again. So we'll probably see similar bans coming out, although last time Thermite being banned, very, very unlikely to see Thermite banned in this one. So this is the one that is most likely to be different. Glaz, a good candidate, especially if you don't want to deal with any of the Glazes coming out from EG, like we mentioned Necrox before, for example. He is a good ban on this map. There are some other ones. Some people don't want to deal with certain other ones. But, hey, if you're sick of seeing Necrox on Jackal and you want to play some more Vigil, that's the way to do it.
Okay, yeah, okay, this makes a lot of sense. You can also go for Dokkaebi ban.
Yeah, but, I mean, this is a hard map to roam on, so it does make some sense to make it a little bit easier. Although they did show willingness to play Caveira as well, which is one thing that can't get around in Jekyll, so, you know.
Yeah, we had a talk about this, actually, at Invitational last year, which is like, I wonder why nobody really plays Cav, because, yeah, sure, okay, her SMG is pretty terrible, but the SPAS 15 is pretty good.
Well, you know what map does get played on? The map that Jackal's most popular on, Bank. So?
Yeah, actually, that's very true. Even though yesterday we saw her on Coastline.
Are you talking about from...
G2.
Well, different circumstances.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Tachankas. It was all I mean, hey, you were right next to me. You heard the interview.
Oh, no, it was...
I think it was fairly clear that this is all
I expect the meta to shift.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Well, Hookah, speaking of meta shifting, Hookah's actually become a lot more popular of a bomb site during the last 3 months.
Here's the thing. Much easier to play with Maestro.
Yeah.
So, with Maestro not being banned here, because the Echo is and the Mira is, then the Maestro is going to have a field day here with his ACOG just watching into Aquarium.
Absolutely, and we see a lot of Maestro being played for like cameras on like the corners of that the 90 on that hallway as well. All kinds of good tricks with the Maestros to be used, as well as, for example, being able to use them as you said in Aqua to be able to back up that one camera that tends to get shot, although you can get yourself shot trying to shoot it, as we've seen. Speaking of Dokkaebi, that does come out in place of the Capitao, so that will be interesting in combination with the Glaz, meaning there's 2 DMRs on the board. But again, Mr. Touchy Goat. Not wanting to be the buck, he's going to go for the sledge instead.
Well. We'll get to see how they reinforce in the site here. As for me, a great operator to run on here is a Habana to try and deal with any to try and deal with that wall into the aquarium bar or the pool area bar, where usually there's the mute sitting.
Yeah, where you just saw them over there right now.
So, obviously, the big thing is let's bring Biologic with the mute. Now, because there's a Zofia, it's fairly easy from below to come in and destroy the floorboard, use it to your advantage to just, you know, take down those mute jammers, and also to push away anybody that's sitting by the aquarium bar. So, usually you see an Ash as well in that role. Both operators great at it.
My problem with most pushes that we see under there, don't use that drone hole into that bar area.
Yes.
Because you have grenades, for example, if you can clear ADSs first, which you're very likely to do anyways.
Oh, no.
Well, there we go. There's Achieved. Again, trying to do his roaming role, unfortunately just caught at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Tuffy Goat doing a good job approaching early. I mean, that may have been droned out first. I got to imagine he didn't just go in and then drone after, but great catch by him, and that's already Achieved down.
The only thing he achieves there is death, but NVK will achieve something else, as the pulse will go down. It's a big kill here, of course, with Achieved down, but also the Dokkaebi removed, so they don't have to deal with the calls. Bio able to find the second one, taking down the sledge, avenging his falling teammate. No more pulse.
It's like a slow series of trades at this point.
Yeah. No grenades, of course, to push Necrox away from the Cool Vibes. The Cool Vibe stairs, of course, a powerful position for any operator to be in, as it allows you to hold rotations for your team and, you know, potentially watch into the back of the site. You can chuck your C4, well, not C4s, but in this case, your gas canisters way further than what you would think.
Luckily, for them, they do have Zofia, though, to be able to push that from below.
Indeed, but it's Donut to find one. He'll take a bit of damage here. You're mentioning the Zofia. And now it's MVK down, so at least one less player they have to worry about, but they still have to worry about the mute jammers from EG because they were not taken out. So oh no, it's Young to spray in. He's actually playing in a spot that usually that's not where the operator is seen. Now, Pennypacker will get one, but you see the Maestro camera that was already preset there. There's not much that you can do against it. I don't even know if you can use Exkyros on the wall.
I can imagine if you opened up a hole right on it, that would take it out.
But that's the thing. I don't know if it would actually connect. We have to try that.
Yeah.
We will try
I mean, imagine the disc might bounce off, but very likely, I don't know. Yeah, the
you
explosion
could destroy around it.
Yeah. It's good. That's a good thing to test.
Okay, there you go.
Summon Core Ross.
All right, well, Penny Packer will try to move in. I hope there's not many. I really hope he's not packing many pennies in that pocket, because then I'll hear him very easily.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Just shaking around in the Habana.
Yeah.
Smoke canister is going to get thrown in by Necrox as bit of damage done to the Habana in the back. Oof, Necrox taking a bit of damage. He just stand behind the reinforced wall, and that's why you see, of course, the middle being reinforced. And now it's the Maestro cabinet that's doing the work, and Necrox, using the confusion to his advantage, will peek out and get the kill. Will go down as EG will take the first round here on a site, as you mentioned, it's getting a lot more popular nowadays.
Yeah, I think a lot more teams have gotten better about dealing with attacks on it, because the attacks pretty much follow the same pattern. I'd say universally, everyone pushes from Aqua. They push pretty much to either plant on the pool table, next to the pool table, or at the one spot right next to the bomb. And that seems to be the most common, which means you can easily pre-fire it. Now, of course, usually in doing so, you have to peek wide. But guess what most people do? They smoke it. And unless they have a glass, they can't see through the smoke either. So right in the middle of that smoke plant, you swing wide, get the kill on the guy planting, and there's not really much that can be done about it. And of course, you see good smoke players as well playing inside the hookah side and rarely contested. We've seen that, for example, Hungry made a good demonstration of that before, as well as a demonstration of how to get shot in the back. But Kitchen, what was probably the most popular defensive site before, starting to fall off in favor of that hookah, although Bar also being very popular at the moment. RNG, again, going to do a 6-pick similar to what he did on Clubhouse to bring out the IQ. See if it's going to pay off for them. Of course, they are only one round down so far as things start out. Chief's going to be on that dock, so may or may not be on a bit of a roaming roll, but I can imagine probably going to go for a cheeky spawn peek. I mean, more often than not, if you pick a dock, it is going to be someone peeking outside, and you got to imagine if you see that being picked in the initial reveal, you got to be a little more careful in your approach to the building. Maybe peek with a drone instead of your face.
Yeah.
But you only have 3 minutes. You can't take too much time doing that. So
it's always pretty good to not face check everything.
That's right.
All right, we'll see how the setup is going to be done here by EG, of course, on the defense. And I mentioned it always, the hallway wall from the kitchen. Make sure that you don't reinforce it fully, as many times retakes from the defenders have been fairly complicated.
Yeah.
Whilst doing so.
It really depends. If you can play very turtle in the site and have a good set of angles and coverage from each other, sure. Especially if they don't have a buck on the other team or something that's going to open up the floor above you. Great. But yeah, if they're opening up the floor above you, it's better to play it from outside.
Yeah.
We'll see though if Tuffy's going to be that man to go upstairs and do that. And of course they got to clear the upstairs before they can actually get up there and start opening the floor. But I got to imagine that's his job. Bio though has taken a fair amount of damage, all the way down to a little less than 50 HP. But Young playing this desk, this is the this desk. I remember seeing Magnet especially playing it in the APAC finals. Just his bouncing strategy seemed to be nearly unstoppable there. I was surprised to see more people not emulating that, because very, very effective from him.
Yeah, speaking of APAC, they do have a tournament they'll be running in the next couple days. So yeah, we have 6 Cup as well for the French. So there's a lot of national tournaments that are on.
But this is the important one.
This is definitely the important one, because here the winning 2 teams will qualify for tournament in Vegas, and you know what? That's a pretty darn big deal. Now, Biologic taking a lot of damage on the Valkyrie, but same amount of damage pretty much has been thrown away to the side of the Sledge on Digital Dynasty. So, Tuff's gonna be fairly careful of what he does.
Especially if he wants to open up any of that floor, because you want to be able to peek, and if you're very low on health, you don't necessarily need to get shot in the head to get taken out. But he does take one out instead, and there's the dock. So
big kill.
Good. Yeah, that's a big kill. And if he starts opening up that floor along with the crossfire from that glass on the window, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the site.
And VK, the trigger discipline, absolutely insane here. He knows there's always a second player behind the first, but he'll find the kill on the Zofia and instantly fall back. Will stay alive for just now. Great pick here to take down the high utility player, high utility operator. RNG will peek in the angle, and there's nobody in there anymore. The kitchen being contested at the minute mark, as you already hear. Gas canister has been thrown into the smoke. Digital Dynasty trying to potentially go for a plant here. There's a rotation as well from the Sunrise bar, but Necroc's going to try to make this complicated already on the site itself. NVK from behind, he already take down one. No, it's RNG to get one of them. NVK coming in. Does he spot the diffuser planter? Yes, he does. He spots the second, but Phoenix is ready. PMM to the face of NVK. Necrox will get one, but suddenly it turns into 1v1. Tuffy, you mentioned it before. How does he use the sledge? Will he use it from above? Indeed, he did. Now, LED5 is going to get reloaded by Tuffy, and as you already see, the barbed wire has been taken down by the IQ just a few seconds before. That diffuser instead is in a very complicated position. I wonder if there's a Maestro camera here that gives info. Tuffy, with little time left on the clock, he'll have to go for the plant here. Necrox going all the way around. And there you go, he'll bamboozle the sledge. Tuffy will go down, not able to watch the second angle. No drones were set up on the Cool Vibe stairs. And Necrox will clutch the round for Evil Geniuses. Will go up 2-0.
Gotta admit, the half of the wall that was reinforced almost came back to bite him as well. And like you mentioned, a lot of teams will open up at least half, if not the entire thing, for that reason. But I gotta admit, I was hoping to see an SMG-11 versus SMG-11 fight there at the end.
Yeah.
But no, it was only
everybody missing all their shots.
Just half the fight just reloading.
Reloading.
Yeah.
Swapping mix, and that's basically it.
Yeah. Well, that is the second defense one. So edge here to EG. We did see this happen last time on Clubhouse, where they won the first two, and then 2 rounds come back from Digital Dynasty. However, not sure if that'll happen or not, but they are going to go to Bar for their third defensive site here. Achieved going to be sneaking on that Vigil again. May or may not 6th pick off of it because you don't necessarily want to reveal you're going to be playing Vigil, but then again, you're not going to hide it for very long either, because even if they don't see you on the drone, they're going to get that little signal there, assuming you're using your jammer. But that's what I figured he was going to do, was sneak on over to the Pulse. But instead of RNG going for the IQ, Tuffy Goat to switch off, which, I mean, I don't know, because to be honest, he's been pretty good on that sledge compared to some of the other operators. So we'll see if that works out for him, because now he won't necessarily have the ability to open the floor of Hookah just above the bomb site. So I gotta hope that Donut's bringing breach charges, but we did see him earlier on Claymores, I think. Or no, that was from the EG side. So we'll see. Hopefully Donut is on those breach charges, because if you have 3 breach charges, that could make up for it to an extent, because you can open up, and that's a small room to open. So it's mostly about opening up above the bar, really, and that's the key spot, as well as maybe some of the corners. So we'll see if that works out okay, but we'll have to see how Tuffy Goat does on that operator pick. Instead, they are, again, of course, going to have Phoenix on that glass, because I don't know, maybe he doesn't know how to play anything else.
10 seconds left before
See? All right, well, Biologic here setting up. I wonder if he's going to actually use this position. There's a lot of... Oh, what?
Sneaky.
What?
What? Hey, I want to
Go back!
I wanted to see what that saw. Oh, he's going to readjust it. He decided that...
You know what? I'm heading home right after this, and I'm trying it out instantly. I want to see what this looks like.
That would be interesting to see. And of course, you remember when the elite skin disguises the camera that much better, but it is, at least it doesn't do so anymore. Ooh, that could have almost landed some shots. Not sure exactly where it was outside, but you did see the blue outline.
Yeah. Fortunately, the players can't see that, by the way.
Yes. Just in case this is your first time watching Siege, we see the outlines, they do not. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is one who sees some outlines.
Oh,
Phoenix,
Bio moves in and takes no damage. The Glass not ready for it. He'll go down to the Valkyrie. He's hitting shots here, Biologic.
I gotta imagine there was a camera outside that might have caught him off guard.
Possible, but I don't know. The instant he opened the window, it was an instant shot to take him out.
Good reflexes.
Yeah, Donut just peeking in here with the beryl. He'll spot the side of a Maestro camera that's been set up. And Chief scanning in to find some sort of beat.
Well, he was also making sure that there was no drone coming around the corner, so he whip around for a quick shot just in case. Everyone kind of stalling out here just a little bit as they're trying to figure out where everyone's at, but RNG actually fighting the first kill there onto a Young of EG, and that is an important one, killing not only Young, but of course the Maestro down early. You're still going to have to worry about Achieved possibly being on his roam, as well as Bio potentially roaming around, but I got to imagine that Necroc's most likely going to be on site itself. So see if they can make this push here. They are droning quite a bit at the moment, though, which is the smart thing to be doing at this point. But as NVK sneaks around, he might catch him mid-drone. Pennypacker not even noticing him. He's...
Hello?
That moment there.
Knock, knock!
Hello.
He goes...
The bathroom out of order. All right, well, at least he caught him.
There you go, though. Tuffy will get one more. Bio will go down finally after the damage he was able to do earlier on, and there we go. Okay, that's why.
Oh yeah, he may have
that
crashed out.
explains it.
Unfortunate.
Tuffy will get one more, and unfortunately there's no rehost available during this part of the game. It'll turn into a 2v2. Pennypacker might be able to reconnect, but it would not change much.
Yeah, hopefully so we don't have to rehost after this round.
Yeah, well, NVK moving in, and oh no, the barbed wire will play against them, and Donut is ready. NVK will get taken down, all up to Achieved here, as he actually finds the angle, but can't get the kill.
Well, he gave his position away. Oh!
C4 is out, can't find it. He gets shot from the side, but Achieved is somehow still alive. He'll find the headshot, and Donut is down on the floor. I have to deal with him, but RNG finding the angle. Achieved will go down.
Well, they did manage to win the round, their very first round, of course, because Pennypacker was not able to make it back in time. If you're at angles where they can't contest it well, except for coming from one approach, great. But again, if you're a Blackbeard, they can peek you all day long. As long as you hit your shots, it doesn't matter because you've got a shield to stop that from turning into a kill. We'll see, though, as we get back in, Hookah. Again, this is not a surprise, of course. This is the same rotation strategy we saw on Clubhouse. They play their 3 maps, and they repeat those regardless of whether or not they lose their third one. And that seems to be the trend is, of course, that they're able to, Digital Dynasty able to win against the third bomb sites from Evil Geniuses and then turning that into one more win against their primary just off of what they learned from last time. Phoenix, though, still going to stubbornly stick on that glass. And RNG going to bring out the Dokabi again. We'll see if it works this time in particular. But again, I feel like maybe the Glaz Reliance is also for the smoke plants. But they're not running a Captau with it, and I feel like a Captau or a Jackal a good combination with it. But at least they're running Dokabi with the smokes to be able to help. Just because making him reliant on doing the smokes himself is not always the best approach. You want to have some assistance on that, or the ability to potentially burn through all of the smokes that are likely to come out from Necrox, right? He has 3 canisters. Glaz has 2 smoke canisters, and then Dokabi has 2 smoke canisters, so you can just bait all of his smokes out if you're doing it early enough so that he can't just counter you that way.
Yeah, and you are afraid of the combo with extra smokes. Some teams would even run Dokabi plus the Capitao, and that's where it gets really complicated, to say the least. But again, this is a reason why that Maestro position, and even if Maestro is not available, you'll see a lot of teams running with a Rook, for example, or stuff like that, to have a bulletproof camera, because you don't really need the Mira. Mira is great, but mostly she's there for information. But once you have information that you can use with the Maestro cameras or even bulletproof cameras, that's already pretty good. Obviously, well, you can destroy them pretty easily if you're Zofia and Ash.
But the important thing is, though, and we were just talking about the smoke plant strategy, is, yeah, say you burn out all of Necrox's smokes, then he just gets on the Evil Eyes and then tells exactly where you're at. Exactly. Then he can just pre-fire your position. So that is a good setup. It is a little redundant in that they have 2, but that also means they're very unlikely to see that second one put up. They're going to be focused on the one that's on the reinforced wall instead. And chances are, a lot of times, the lifelines are going to be used up beforehand. You only get 2 anyways of the kind that can take out an Evil Eye. So chances are one of those is very likely to stay because there's no other real utility for that. Although it's surprising that Touchy Goat, or sorry, I like to call him Tuffy Goat, not running the sledge. That is something that can take it out. But speaking of taking out, there goes Donut. I'm just going to call him Touchy Goat.
Touchy Goat.
That is his new name.
Phoenix speaking in here. I'll find Bio. As Bio's in here, I saw the question, who's playing for EG here? And there you go, that's one of them. Try to peek in, and Achieve nowhere near to help here as Touchy, as you mentioned, will get the kill. And yes, I'll remind you again, Biologic is playing with EG and Achieved in this matchup, so no Canadian, no Geo. But at least the smoke will come in and get the second last kill is Penny.
This looks familiar.
Yeah, he'll have to walk in and up close. The Valk will go down. That was pretty scary. I think that was the Halloween skin. I'm not sure.
Just boom.
Actually, yes. Yeah, so if you haven't gotten the Halloween skins,
yeah, especially the Thermite one. Whoo.
Actually, I got the nice Finka one. The body. Yeah, there you go. Final kill. Habana will go down, but. I got the Finka one, that's like the contaminated one. I love it. I love it. It's like the...
Did a good job with all the scars and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, either way, speaking of scarred, not looking great here for Digital Dynasties. Of course, they have to win this map to stay in this. I mean, they are 2 behind right now.
3 rounds on defense on Coastline, in the words of Canadian. Woo. That's a great position to be in.
Isn't that just one word?
No, it's like, woo, ooh.
It's a sentence
Yes.
from him, yeah.
Yes.
Very articulate.
Very, indeed.
Well, of course, as I was saying, the bomb site rotation staying the same. Kitchen is to be expected. So that gives Digital Dynasty at least some knowledge on, A, what bomb site it's going to be, which they knew with Hookah as well, and B, very likely how it's going to be played to an extent. And a lot of this comes down to how you can push from different angles. Tuffy is switching up, though, to the Buck, realizing he might get some more use out of that. But to be fair, it's not making a ton of difference on the way that they're attacking the site either way.
Well, it's Kitchen. He needs to take control of the top floor
Yeah.
to make sure something happens with the Buck. So you need to go in, clear the top floor, and then try to make it down.
But what I mean is, compared to the Sledge, it didn't really make too much of a difference on that. So, yeah. We'll see Achieve going to be back on that dock again, as we saw him do last time for this. We'll see if they reinforce the same way on that wall, because we were talking about, you mentioned how you don't want to lock yourself out on that wall out to the courtyard. And we saw it almost backfire a little bit. Obviously, it worked out in terms of the fact that Tuffy was not watching the right angle. Had he been watching the right angle, though, he might have been able to win that fight. So we'll see how things go down this round, though. A lot of cameras being set up upstairs, of course, to try and watch for anyone who... We were just talking about the way that Tuffy have to be able to get upstairs control and play that. And that penthouse area, a big part of doing that. So those cameras will definitely help. I just hope Phoenix is going to play this Glass a little more effectively, because he's kind of, unfortunately, running his Glass play into the ground with ineffectiveness.
Yeah, this is a similar thing to when people say, oh, Lion, just press 4. But, like, it's not just about pressing one button. It's about a lot more information being relayed and you being on point with your aim. Once that's done, yeah, okay, it turns the operators into extremely strong ops, really, to be played in a position like that.
Ooh, well, we're not going to have to worry about Buck versus Sledge.
Unfortunate here, as we were talking up the Buck, how important it is to take the top floor and then buck your way in by destroying the floorboards and, you know, looking down, getting kills.
Well, to be fair, that C4 might have done part of Buck's job. It might have opened up some of the floor in the process.
Oh, always look on the bright side of life.
That's right, especially in Coastline. It's so nice and sunny.
Oh, yes. Spain is definitely fantastic. Well,
speaking of the Capital, we were talking about earlier in the smoke positioning here from Glaz. They go for it. But 2 taken out from EG. This is working out very well. If they get this plant down as well, Pennypacker following that up too.
Oh, he'll find the headshot. There you go, NVK with one more. The plant is going to go down to the Capital in the back, but he'll find 2 of them, and NVK with a 3K here. Pennypacker coming in, meleeing the bulletproof camera. The only thing that takes it down consistently and is watching the angles, but EG, they have a minute 32 here. Pennypacker can go for the pickup on the diffuser, but he's going to try to peek the hallway here from the bathroom. There's already a defender that is set up to play against him in that spot. NVK is ready. He's looking for one more kill in the round here to make it 4. Just fighting the duel against Pennypacker.
Health advantage to Pennypacker, though.
Yeah, well, maybe the Doc is able to give the NVK some more health.
Nope.
No longer. Pennypacker suddenly finds himself in the 1v1 with a minute left. This is definitely doable here for Digital Dynasty, which would give him bit of leeway here, stuff to work with early on in this map.
Good thing they went for the plant early, because now he's got enough time to try and actually find NVK, get some kind of information. He just has to make sure to not give away his drone when he does it, so that he has the jump on NVK. I mean, realistically, even with the Bearing 9, all he has to do is spray. He doesn't have to land a headshot.
One bullet, man.
Yeah, so if he can get close enough, the Bearing 9's fire rate may actually be a little bit better for him than the Type 89. And if he can just catch these feet, the smoke canister that will never be triggered. Oh. No! Once again, Pennypacker versus NVK in the bathroom, becoming a bit of a problem for Pennypacker. But this time, at least he's still in the game. He does know where he's at.
Oh, no. He does not. He moved away. No time left. As MVK is ready. He'll pre-fire. The Habana goes down, and MVK, the 4K to clutch the round. 4-1.
Oh, boy. Pennypacker, unfortunate. Again, you just needed to drone more carefully. You had a lot of time to work this, because guess what? You don't have to get the plant down. You just got to land 1 or 2 bullets on NVK, and you win the round.
Literally 1.
Yeah.
My God, it's getting pretty close here.
Yeah, well, we will see the side switch, so maybe this will work out. But at the same time, you talked about how this is an attacker-favored map, and guess where they are for Digital Dynasty now? On the defense.
Well, so, Pennypacker, credit to him, being able to turn it into a 1v1 at the end there.
He spent a lot of rounds at the end by himself. So, I mean, definitely a lot of clutch attempts coming out from him, but I don't know. It's been a bit difficult for him to try and make those clutches actually work out. So, Young.
Oh, boy.
I thought he was going to go with that Ying, but wow, either way, equally problematic to deal with. So we'll see that, plus some aggressive play from NVK and Bio and the Necrox.
Monty combo. We talked about it. Well, I mentioned it very briefly in the previous map when we were playing on Clubhouse. Pushes from the tunnel with the Monty and the glass behind it. There was a blitz play from Digital Dynasty on that. I said the Monty would have been a better choice. There you go. Now you'll get to see both of them. And either here or on the kitchen, the Monty would work out very well. However, now you have to watch for runouts from the kitchen or players that are downstairs willing to check up C4s. If Dynasty had a pulse, they would be perfect right now, but only the Bandit, and I wonder if he even has a C4.
Yeah, I mean, chances are he probably does, but there is a lot of wire useful on this particular site just in terms of trying to stop a lot of entries being slower because of the choke point funnels that you get unless they're able to open up the VIP wall. So definitely worth considering not going with the wire. As I mean, I suppose if they were going with a dock as well, they could have some wire from that. But yeah, chances are that's what he's going to be running with along with the smoke.
I mean,
but aggressive play here from NVK.
A lot of times the dock. Well,
oh, good test of the ADS there.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. At least they know there's one in the back. They see the Maestro camera. They can definitely destroy it. So NVK might use his Ash Charge at some point to take down.
Let's
Cam.
Let's see if Necrox can give Phoenix a lesson in glass play. Assuming he can get down there. Of course, he can smoke and drop into the bathroom if he wants to, but he's got to check things out first. But I imagine that could be part of the play here. There it is, the smoke and drop. Unfortunately, his teammate's not on the window yet, and he gets goo-mined in the process. So things getting slowed down here, but Achieved getting a kill. Yeah, and at least the VIP is taken over here by EG, so they don't have to worry about side play from Digital Dynasty. As we've seen the bookcase in VIP be extremely powerful against the attackers. You usually have to just walk right into it. The smoke being cooked here by Young as he'll check it right in the middle. And back in the day, we used to see this with Ying, and here the Bandit will be all on his own, trapped on the side. Young will go in and straight to the face as Donut will go down. Going in for the plant protection in the back. Necrox will get one. Hit the glass, he'll step into one more goo mine, and he'll take it away from his foot. That must definitely hurt. 2 players left alive for Digital Dynasty is Maestro coming in from the back. Pennypacker wanting to send his teammates at least packing for now. The Necrox will get one on Phoenix, but Pennypacker taking down NVK. The Maestro camera giving them some information on the hallway, but Maestro will need a bit more than just info here to deal with the 4 remaining players from EG, and Achieved finds it. Pennypacker will go down, and EG now on map and match point. Yep. This is looking familiar with the exception of a little bit less rounds up there for Digital Dynasty, seeming to struggle a bit. I mean, it wasn't a terrible round for them, but they definitely got pressured pretty hard there. The fact they were not able to do anything against Necrox when he smoke dropped. He was definitely dealing with some problems with those goo mines, those really stopping him, but I don't think they expected the Monty to come in. Obviously, that was a 6th pick as well. Just that Monty just pushing his way right on in. Just unfortunate. Young playing one of his other fun shields. He may or may not 6th pick off that, but he is definitely a deadly one. And he was one of the ones who started to push the idea of that big window play from Blackbeard being just super devastating when you try and hold for him on that particular bomb site. But they're going to be playing Hookah, so we'll see how he's going to be playing this attack here as he switches up to that Monty yet again. So this should be fun to see. I mean, I feel bad for Digital Dynasty because going up against Young with shields, you just feel bullied at that point. I mean, you saw last time, just Bandit put in a corner. What are you going to do in that situation? I mean, if you had the C4, it's just like, take him down with you at that point if you can. But other than that, I mean, I feel like maybe if you threw it on the ground and just caught him at the right angle.
Hey, man, if he was a clash, we would have seen a completely different scenario.
Absolutely.
Just a never-ending round.
They just stare at each other.
Yeah, it is a stare down.
Till time runs out. Then, of course, that would be a defense win.
Easy. Bam. Done. Figure it out.
There you go. The only strat that matters. Shield be shield. We'll see, though. This is Digital Dynasty's last chance to keep themselves alive, keep the Vegas dream alive, because, of course, if they lose this round,
Hey,
it is over for them.
Maybe they'll attend the event.
That's true, and I do hope they do, of course.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I hope all of the teams that participated in this attend, regardless of whether or not they are going to be playing in it, because, I mean, great way to actually meet and handshake your opponents, congratulate them, as they normally do on stage, because, of course, this is online. You don't get the opportunity outside of the GG virtual handshake at the end.
Yeah, it's all different in real life, that's for sure.
It's so different, so much sweatier.
I don't know what kind of opponents you were playing against, Devin, but...
Yeah.
All right, well, Young will go all the way up as the shield will be played again. So the Monty will be in play, and they'll have literally a wall walking in front of him here at G.
Well, this is a good way to see what kind of defense is set up here in the room. Of course, dealing with a crossfire, though, with someone playing on that side versus someone behind the bar, you kind of need someone to be able to come into luggage to counter it.
Well, you have NVK that can walk in with the Ash and push in from below.
Oh, yeah.
Ash charge the bottom floor, but you also have the Zofia, and in this case, Achieved on the Buck. So he's droning in to make sure that nobody's going to be peeking him. Once that's done, he'll come bring in NVK to hold off rotations, and Achieved should be at least coming in, maybe even bring the Ash in. Just at least someone to open up the floorboard and use that to take down Tuffy. And Achieved should be running in at this point. No, they're going to try to Capitao him. A lot of damage done, and Tuffy will go down finally, but I mean, that's a lot. That's way too much damage for what it's worth. I'm really unsure of why nobody tried to destroy the floor.
I mean, they thought the Capitao would work. I mean, it did, but Young had to actually get the kill himself with the pistol. So we'll see if they can make some difference here. Achieved is going to be on the Buck to still play from below, even though they lost the Ash. Young still alive on this, though, just trying to push his way in. And I mean, this is not looking good for Digital Dynasty. I mean, yes, the man count is even, but they're starting to get control of Aqua very fast. Achieved looked away at the just right. Oh, Penny Packer could turn this around. Yeah,
he should be able to hear him here because of the directional sound that'll go through the open wall. And Achieved finally taken down. Penny Packer trying to buck the floor and find the angle on where the players are. Achieved will get tagged here by the Ella Gizmot mine that was already preset. Scorpion Evo up close is definitely a powerful weapon to try to deal with. So that's why you bring Young here on the shield. He'll go for the defuse plant, and I think he'll go down because there you go. That's the smoke. 7 seconds, not enough. Phoenix will turn it into 2v2 here as Necrox will peek in. Does he spot the Maestro on the side? No, he does not. Donut gets a freebie here, and Phoenix, the smoke, last man in the back. 10 seconds on the clock, and Achieved will have to try to walk this in. Grenade will get thrown in, but Donut is ready, and you know what? Digital Dynasty are not out just yet. AG still on map and match point, but it's a complicated one. Donuts are ready, yes. Donut was fairly glazed in that position.
Yeah, well, I mean, good on his plays, though, for sure. Yeah. Saving the round there to an extent and just hiding.
He sugarcoats it.
Well, back to Penthouse we go.
He's definitely fried and ready. Yeah, I mean, in this round, you know, it was the best thing they've achieved so far. So
I'm too young for this.
Well, we'll see if they're sent packing home. I mean,
well, if they can win this, they'll rise like a phoenix.
Well, biologically speaking, it's definitely possible.
All right, let's get into the killing each other quick. Please. This prep phase is taking too long.
Can we get this rolling over here, people?
Well, Necrox sneaking off the Capitao, actually.
No, we can't do any puns with Necrox.
No. I was going to make some kind of beating a dead horse kind of thing, because I mean, it's just, it doesn't translate well.
I'm all into this joke. I'm all into, you know?
Oh.
Oh, boy. It's getting hot in here.
Well, Young again on the Monty, coming to bully them. This time, again on Penthouse. We'll see if they're a little more ready for it this time. But Necrox not bringing the glass, deciding maybe that didn't work so well last time. I mean, I got to imagine he could be going for a flank play, potentially to come around into theater from the doorway. to be able to stop them. That is a good way to make sure that Young's able to focus on his job, pushing on in. Donut still, though, going to have those Legion Mines, and that is something that can slow Young down. I feel like Young might have even been able to hit more of those had Necrox not picked up a few of those in his feet in the meantime. So
well,
Pennypacker, though, interestingly on Rook.
Yeah. We've seen Rook plays pretty well with deployable shield. I wonder where they actually positioned that shield.
It looked like he positioned it inside, I believe it was the penthouse room, if I remember when I saw him placing it down. Might have even gone for putting it on the bed.
Yeah, where Phoenix is.
Yeah.
I believe.
You have faith. Well, it looks like it's not on the bed there, as you saw Donut looking the angle over that, waiting for someone to come up to the window.
Usually they'll put it on the side. We saw Zig, for example, using that position last time.
That was a good one.
Yeah, maybe.
But we'll see if it works out for him here, because, again, shield versus shield, of course, with Young being able to push on in. He is carrying the diffuser, so I can imagine they're preparing for him to plant again, which is a good idea. If you can plant, say, in the corner, for example, and have the shield at your back, definitely hard to deal with you outside of using smoke or maybe C4s. They are starting to weaken this already by taking out the ADSs this time, instead of having you know, an Ash creeping up and throwing flashbangs in to find those.
All right, pots and pans. Who likes those? And the Maestro has been spotted. I'll have to fall back. So RNG will not be able to peek in just yet into the VIP. Young with a bit of fire being sprayed into him, so...
At least he takes out the barbed wire. And this is where they're getting the positioning now. Necrox looks like he's actually just going to push in rather than going for the flank. I feel like he'd be better on the flank now that he knows where they're at, but where he's at right now, he's probably just going to have to go for the drop. But one smoke baited out is a good start here. Yeah,
it's minute 20 when it was thrown out and used, so that is, as you mentioned, a very good time to have it thrown out, for EG at least. Still start burning through Digital Dynasty's utility as early as possible. Now there is, I believe that's Tuffy on Diego that's watching the stairs up, so, you know, might be able to get a frag through there. The gas canister, unfortunately, way too close to the theater. One will get taken down. Stuffy will find the second one as well for Digital Dynasty. The Ash of Necrox will find a kill, but it's RNG to still somehow make it happen, and this is the problem. Once there is a shield in play, good luck.
Yeah, he's just going to be able to stand on that. Not sure if Phoenix has any gas canisters left, but those would be something useful to try and take him out, as he's not going to move. But Tuffy takes one more out.
Oh boy. Are they? Okay. There you go. They all gang up here on Young, and unfortunately, too many players for them to try and deal with. And there you go. EG is on the floor. Young very disappointed in the round, and Digital Dynasty will take a third round here to make it 5-3.
When he moved off that, I almost felt like he was just like, he saw the three people, was like, you know what, you guys have it. Please don't kill me. But they did. And very well played. A nice defense there again. So Digital Dynasty looking like they're still in this. I mean, they have to win two more.
They need to tie. Yeah, that's the only way.
Ooh, that's a big ask at this point. But the way that EG seemed to be doubling down on this shield strategy and somehow managing to lose it again here. We'll see, though. They did win it the first time on Penthouse, just not on Hookah and not on the second time on Penthouse. So Young probably teasing it this time, likely to sixth pick off of it, just making them think he's going to do the same thing again on Kitchen, and then to switch it up. I mean, he could not, but this might be where he brings out the Ying on sixth. No, he's going to confirm. All right, well, Necrox the one to switch instead. Pennypacker also switching. Looks like it's taking time to decide, but Necrox again on this Capitao. So they could go for a push in from delivery with Monty leading the way and then Capitao smoking around him to be able to go for the plant on that. They could, of course, as well have the IQ identify anything else they need to take out first, and then you can fire some of those lifelines down the hallway. Also have Achieved watching from above, someone watching, possibly the IQ watching from the window. There's a good way to use all of the operators here in a perfect symphony of destruction to try and get that plant down, assuming it's not well countered by Digital Dynasty. They at least have the C4s, they have the smoke, they have Legion's goos. They, I imagine, have, you know, Evil Eyes potentially in positions where they can see through that smoke as well. So both teams have the utility to make this work. It's just a question of who plays it better. And at least Digital Dynasty have been good at winning gunfights a lot of the time. And that might be what ends up working out in their favor, except potentially against Young.
Right, Pennypacker going in for the setup of the Black Eyes. Still has one more in the back pocket in case he wants to use it on the outside of the map or inside of our beach house, beach club. It's a club, right?
The Malibu Beach House.
Well, it's not Malibu.
I know. It's nice though.
I've never been to one. I've never been to a lot of places in the U.S. and a lot of places in general.
I think a lot of people in the U.S. haven't been to a lot of places in the U.S.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
It is. It's deceptively like. Here's the thing. You won't really know how huge the U.S. is until you go there. It is insanely massive.
If you fly over, you'll get a gist.
Yes. I felt freer the instant we crossed the border from Canada into
Like
US.
a bird.
Yes. Well, I was on a plane, so yes.
Yeah. Well, we see them at least trying to put pressure on this top floor here in the hookah. That is going to scare off RNG, which is a good start, but they've got to... Oh, they're going for the roam clear, Monty.
Aha. This is what the Blitz used to do in the past, back in the day.
Yeah.
Young is going to move in, as you mentioned, and everybody's going to get cleared off, because you know what? Nobody wants to face a Monty.
Well, that should make Chief's job a little bit easier, but Pennypacker deciding to make Jaeger's job that much harder. Not sure what happened there, because it didn't look like they were even trying to fight anyone. Maybe just spooked him. Unfortunate, but...
oh, no, it's the wrong skin.
Yeah, it was the scary skin got him. Well,
that's unfortunate on the round that they require here. And, achieved. Shotgun to the face here, and the C4 will not connect from, I believe, Pennypacker downstairs. 2 players out, and one of them the smoke. Digital Dynasty in a tough situation.
Yeah, Phoenix, I think, going to have to do a lot of work here along with Tuffy to try and stop this. At least Young getting stalled out by the goo mines. Hopefully Tuffy's able to kind of double up on those if he knows where the push is going to come from. Now that you saw there's a Monty, though, you got to anticipate very likely to come from delivery.
Achieved opening things up here as well. This is what we were talking about. This is something that Dynasty should have done when they were on the attack. Unfortunately, every time they kind of lost the buck. Yeah. And that does not help when you need him. So, the Maestro downstairs. Biologic not able to find the angle just yet. As you see, it's Tuffy setting up and NVK watching himself. It is a nice skin. Yeah, it's a great skin.
A lot of stalling out here happening. 30 seconds left. Just waiting on these rotations. I gotta imagine NVK just watching flanks on drones at this point potentially, as well as flank watch on the hallway. But NVK getting a nice kill into Penny. This is looking pretty dire for Digital Dynasty. Yeah,
Tuffy will have to fight it here. As you mentioned, NVK was watching for potential rotations or any players coming in from the opposite end of the map as they go in for the plant. It's the perfect bait that EG required. Digital Dynasty will fall to EG, but they gave it their best. 6-3, 6-3 for the 2-0 victory for Evil Geniuses. Work to be done by Digital Dynasty. But you know what? It's a pretty okay showing, and
yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing more of their plays in the future, and maybe seeing them at USN Finals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, taking 6 rounds total off EG is no small feat, and definitely a good series of plays from them. Unfortunately, that is the end of their run, and the end because this is the end of the season for the qualifying for the USN Finals. So either way, like you said, I hope we see them again. Obviously, a lot of potential from those guys, and we have seen some of them in the past as well. Pennypacker, a familiar name also. Yeah. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, they are going to just have to sit out and watch the rest of this.
They're sitting home packing. I've said it like 7 times.
Yeah, I was hoping we were done with that.
But there you go. A lot of jiggling in the pants there with the pennies. And okay, I'm going to stop. Anyways. It was a great deal of play here from Digital Dynasty. Of course, we are hoping to see more of them in the future. Let's take a look at the MVPs. As I think we had a few ideas of who we think played a bit more impressively than the others. You thought it's Tuffy, the greatest of all time, the GOAT.
Yeah, I got to go for Touchy Goat. He had a lot of good rounds. I mean, it wasn't a case where there was ever a lot of dominance coming out, but I think he showed up round after round after round, whether it was kills or doing his job very well. I was impressed with his play, and you know, whether it was I don't know if he was at the top of the frags or anything like that, but I felt like I saw him reliably most every round, and I was impressed.
Now, an easy pick for me here is Achieved from EG. I think he did quite a bit of work for the team, especially coming in with Biologics. Again, for a lot of people that are just watching and just tuning in, Evil Geniuses have won the game. They have qualified to the USN Finals in Las Vegas, Nevada. Make sure then to book your own ticket to go there, as you even get a discount on your hotel room. So,
and then, of course, some return on your investment in goodie bag form, as well as a raffle for giveaways.
Yeah, so with that, you still get EG. Now, I'm not sure who's going to be flying over as a extra representative for the team, but at least the players that are going to play are from the 3 American players from the team, but we also have 2 more that are coming in. So no more Canadian, no Geo, unfortunately. We'll have Biologics and Achieve both playing. And I have to say, both played pretty darn well today for this new squad that is exclusively formed for the US Nationals as teams begin to realize, hey, maybe we should be part of the USN.
And I'm glad to see that a lot of big shots showing up for this, because I think it's a very exciting tournament that is definitely going to draw, I think, a good crowd, and is going to be very exciting because it's going to be a lot of heavy hitters hitting on each other. All right, well, hopefully we'll have someone here from EG to talk to in just a moment as we wait for them to get set up.
I have been informed that we'll have EG's coach on for the interview. So
I always love to pick the coach's brain, but it always cracks me up to see how happy they are as if they won.
Yeah.
Speaking specifically of Ranger, for example.
Oh my God. Ranger, when he does it, it is always hilarious, at least. But we'll have a talk with EG's Gotcha here on USN. Good evening, Gotcha. How are you?
Good. Hey, Milosh. Hey, Emzo. How's it going?
We're pretty good. I guess Emzo sends his hellos as well from the other end of the desk. Congratulations for playing for the first time and qualifying directly into the USN finals. I guess it was all done perfectly, I guess, by the team. Now, obviously, here you're not bringing Geo, Canadian. Both players cannot participate in the tournament. How do you think Bio and Achieved played in this first time? Because I want to assume that you were sitting in communications with the team and listening to how things were going. So how does this compare to the normal vibe of EG?
Well, I thought Bio and Achieve played really, really well overall. Typically, Troy is actually IGLing along with Geo, so it was kind of interesting not having a IGL. But thankfully, Bio is the IGL for XLG, and he showed up really well as Achieve, and they both played their part really perfectly. So all in all, super proud of the boys, and I thought we did really well for just making a team kind of last minute.
Yeah, I have to say, especially since this was basically formed and played to get to this point last week. But, Glaz Monty on Coastline, it's fairly complicated to deal with. Can you break it down for people that haven't really seen the strategy used and to some extent abused in the past?
Yeah, so Coastline is one of those rare maps where bringing a hard breacher isn't really that necessary at all. So you can bring a lot of quote-unquote aids. So that includes things like Monty and Glaz and Lion and Dokkaebi, just to be able to execute on site really, really heavy.
Yes,
so,
helping operators, you mean, yes.
Exactly, absolutely. And Young was helping certainly a lot with the shield, just being able to push people back and be able to go for successful plants over and over again. Amar covering on Glaz also played in really well. So overall, I'd say that we utilized the meta quite well.
There was one very specific round, I believe it was round 7 on Coastline, where there was the push into hookah, and unfortunately it completely flopped as the Monty was tagged. There was still the smoke on the opposite side. The Maestro was still alive. The clear was complicated for EG to go through. And what was there in front of the team that they weren't really able to deal with efficiently before trying to assault the site itself?
Yeah, well, I felt like they were able to get the picks that they wanted off the guys on the EG, and they were able to get a flank or two. And so, unfortunately, because we didn't have everyone in the right position at the right time, that's what enabled them to take the round ultimately. We were pretty close to getting the defuse down, I think, that particular round, but just didn't end up happening.
All right, well, congratulations on making it to the US Nationals finals. So we'll see you in Vegas, but before that, we'll also see you at the Rio finals. So EG are everywhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Bleed blue.
Well, anything you'd like to say to your fans at the end of this play day, Gotcha?
We're just really looking forward to all these LAN appearances, especially Rio coming up very soon. It'll be Vegas in December, and then Invitational as well. Just expect big things from us because we're here to bring it.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with Evil Geniuses. Thank you very much, Gotcha, and congratulations again on making it to the US Nationals finals.
Great. Thanks a lot, Milosh. Take care.